episode 34. It feels good. Don't
yeah, 34.
34. I made that's like 34 weeks. That's like we started this in the kitchen and we still in the kitchen. You know, we ain't here kicking it, man. It's kitchen talk, man. It is not a love show.
Nope.
It's not a cooking show.
Nope.
It ain't none of the above.
It's not a wrestling show.
It's not a wrestling show, but we do come in with the music.
Where your belt?
We gotta get him a belt.
We gotta get him a belt.
We do got the
That's not a wrestling.
With a J
thing.
on it.
That's champion music.
No. If I was
Wrestling
champion, I'm
music.
not coming out to that.
Man, listen, man. Big shout out to the whole crew, man. Shout out to Petey. Shout out to Optimus Prime. Shout out to Squeak. Shout out to Coach Gov. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody, man. Pearls Monroe. You know, super big shout out to Halal Bros. You know how we doing with them. You know how we moving, man.
Shout out to Pearls Monroe sous chef.
Yeah.
Shout out to her too.
So what?
A sous chef. You notice? I mean, her helper. Let me do it better.
Shout out to all of
What the
them.
fuck? You made up a new. That's a suit. That's not a word.
You gonna teach me how to cook? Cause we need a show where you teach
prove
me how
it.
to cook.
With a
That's
Make
a
up a
word.
word.
straight face.
Prove that's a word.
Prove is a word.
Prove that's a word. Prove that's a fucking word.
He's dead ass serious.
No, we gonna go up tonight. Prove it, cause he said it. He must have pronounced it wrong. It's a what?
Sous chef.
It's pronounced correctly.
Sous chef.
He just did not. I finally
He
know
never
something he
heard
don't
of it, so
know.
he upset.
Okay, Thug Life.
I finally know something he don't know now.
All
Look,
right,
got
it's all
him.
good. It's all good.
Him and his
Got him.
vernacular. That's how you say it.
Everybody against Jermaine, man. Big shout out to Hollow Maroc. You know, shout out to Fat Ricky from Fulton Street.
Best
Always
style.
wanted to be a Nostra nigga, but he had to settle for Fulton.
what it's called.
Never. I don't believe that shit.
Yeah, but you gotta pronounce it different than that.
No, that's how the S is silent.
Okay, shout out to the young lady to the right of me, always correcting me when I'm wrong.
The young lady to the right of you.
You know, your favorite tomboy, but I know about Georgie. I love her. It's my sis. And you know, this is a great week, man. We've been consistent in what we've been doing, and you know, having fun, kicking it, man. We have a guest tonight. We've been having guests lately. Guests has been
A
pulling
lot of
up
company.
to the kitchen. You know, they've been vibing with us, eating with us, man. But we got somebody that I've known for quite some time. I watched her journey for a while now. I remember her from way back in New York City club life and stuff like that. Big shout out to Jhonni Blaze. You know, she's a star of the reality show Growing Up Hip Hop. You was on Love and Hip Hop also.
In New York.
Love and Hip Hop New York. Seen you punching.
I like it. I'm sorry.
Lord, no.
I feel like I'm a changed woman.
I've changed. I'm like at 80%. I could feel confidence at 80%. I'm not 100%, but it's way better than the 20% that I was at.
What made you change?
80 always beats the 20.
What made you change?
I'm talented. I'm wasting talent that God gave me that could get me out of everything that I ever was thinking about that was negative. You know what I'm saying? When my boyfriend had died, that was my biggest inspiration because he used to push me. He used to see me in a strip club. He'll put money on the counter and be like, why don't you just go to the studio? Don't go to work. And I'll put the money right back in his wallet and be like, no, I want to do this. So when he passed away, that was like a big motivation to be like, you know what, maybe I should really focus on music. My mental health was a big thing. Everybody knows I deal with depression and anxiety.
We gonna get into all that, but I wanna.
Yeah, that was the big change.
I wanna go
It's a
back.
multiple.
Because you actually are a talented artist, right? But a lot of people know you for swinging,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
carrying on and
Drama.
drama.
Being loud, being
loud.
disrespectful, airing people out, thinking it's cool. Yeah, I thought that was cool. And it's not like, oh, I'm a better person. No, that was me. It's just people grow, or either some people just stay stuck. And I want to be stuck because I ain't no loser, So,
Okay, but let's go back. Where are you from originally?
So, I was born in Moody Air Force Base, Valdosta, Georgia. I lived in Germany, went to Houston, went to Florida, then New York.
Oh, I thought you was born in Germany.
So people think that they're like, no, she's from New York, Queens, because I went to Hillcrest High School, BMCC. But then I went to high school in Florida. But then I also went, to Houston and lived, and then the dancing and stuff at that time made me popular because that's what was in at the time, popular dancers. So
Hold on, not to cut you off. Just a question.
Of course.
Let's go slow.
Okay.
Right? Let's tell you a story where they really get to understand it and really get to grasp, your movement. So you was born here, but then you moved to Germany.
My mom, so we was like 3, 4, and then we came back to the States.
You're
McDill-
Army
You're like
brat.
an army
I'm
brat.
an
Army
Air Force brat. Yeah.
Okay.
McDill Air Force Base is the second location that we went to, which is in Florida. So from there, then I went to Houston, New York, Detroit, LA. So people might say I'm from a lot of places, and
But
I don't know what to rep because I really love each city. Like I fuck with
Okay,
each city.
okay, but okay. Where did you go to first? You came to New York first.
Nope, Houston.
You went to Houston first, because when I known you, you was living in New York.
As
So
a
you-
kid, and then I moved to Houston, and then went back. They pulled me back to New York because they didn't have a Love and Hip Hop in Houston.
No, stop. So you telling me,
I went back and forth.
right? So when I met you years ago, you
I was in New York.
was in New York, but you had already lived in Houston already.
So I went to New York because
That's what I'm
I
trying to
was
understand.
pushed to New York. Yeah, it was because of something that happened to me when I was a child. So I was kind of
What happened?
I was molested at 14,
wow.
and my mother sent me away to my father, and then I ended up being in New York. And from 15 to 17, I was in human trafficking. 18, I decided to, from 15, I took a Craigslist ad. I was one of them bad kids, I didn't want to listen to my dad. He built the garage literally into a little apartment. Like, you don't want to listen to me, you staying out there, but you're going to go to school. So I ended up,
Where's this?
New York.
This was in New York.
Yeah, in New York.
So you said you went through a situation. You got
15,
molested.
14.
Was that somebody in your family?
My stepfather. So at the time, my mom decided to send me, off. And 15 to 17, I looked at a Craigslist ad, thought it was like for photos for a girl, to make money and stuff. And it was really something totally different. And I experienced some traumatic shit. And one of the customers that I had, which I won't say,
Slow up, because you got to speak to me like I'm about 4 or 5. Okay. You got to break it down. Slow up. What I'm saying is this: you saying you put a Craigslist ad.
No, I was looking on Craigslist
You was
for
looking
photography. I wanted to do a
for
modeling.
photography.
Yeah, I wanted to do modeling.
You wanted to do modeling, right? You going to school.
Yeah. So at that time, yes.
And then what
I
happened?
I took a China bus. Is that what it's called? Like the little $20 to Philly. I went to Philly and I never
From where?
came back from New York. You don't need your ID. Well, you know this. We all know what it is, So I went out there and I never really I was lacking in school. I was either skipping school to go to the Queens College to learn piano, but at the same time then taking the bus to Philly. When I got of age, one of the customers that I worked for was like, you don't belong here. I was always a singer. I sung every
Okay, but when you say customers, what?
people that I sold myself to while I was being human trafficked.
Okay, that's what I'm trying.
So
to
you went to Philly.
I went to Philly and it ended up being a whole house. It wasn't a photography. And I got scared because I had no money going back. That's what y'all was probably asking. I had no money to go back. So I took a couple of shots and then I took a couple pills that I do not know what they were. And I got high as hell and I made my money. And then I was basically, what you would say, registered into the
But you was making money to keep for yourself.
yeah, like I was the favorite. I was.
So you wasn't really
I didn't have
trafficked.
to-
Like it wasn't like
No,
you
no, no.
slept with a
I
man. They
ended
took
up.
all the money
no,
from you.
they did.
just
And what
locked you in a
happened
room.
is I ended up being a favorite, and so I had a lot of issues with girls in the house because I wasn't supposed to keep my stuff. I was different, And I'm gonna just keep it all the way real. There'll be times where these girls were selling themselves for like, and I'm just being honest because people need to know it's like 50, and I was doing 1,000. So I'm the favorite. I'm the kid that was on drugs and making the most money. So
slow up.
There's a lot in there. Like,
There's a lot in there. It's a lot in there.
maybe to me it's so easy for me to talk about it.
open about it.
Yeah,
Right. No,
so
I don't
I'm
have-
sorry
I don't-
if I'm going
no.
too fast.
Yeah, because we speaking to TV land.
Yeah, of course, of
So
course.
so what I'm saying is this: you show up there thinking it's for photography. You get there, and it's like,
It's
hey,
a whole house.
this is a whole house.
When do you realize that?
The first day,
As soon as I walked in here.
and then so at that point, did you have the opportunity to say no? I don't want to do this.
No, it
leave.
wasn't like kind of that mode. It was like, wait here on the couch, wait, and somebody will come and see you. But I was noticing, I've always been sorry about that. I've always been a observer, watching, and I'm like, this don't look like no photography. And I panicked. Like I said, I had anxiety like for a long time. And
So
now we're tuned back
could
in.
You could have
Do you have opportunity to turn around and say,
no,
this is
there
not
was
for
no,
me?
no, it wasn't no.
So you
It
had
was
to
people
do
at
it.
the door. It was like you're forced. Like it's when you're 15. I mean, it's like being manipulated.
But you're saying you were going back and forth to Philly, so it's
Yeah, like eventually
after you
after
figured it
that,
out,
I
you still
just
were
kept
like,
going. I was
fuck it.
already popping
Right.
pills and stuff. My mindset was different. I mean,
And
my
you was
mom
making
sent me
money.
away. My dad, I really wasn't cool with. I wasn't trying to hear nobody. I'm trying to make some money, so I don't have to be around my father.
So
Like, I
basically,
didn't
you kind of end up not enjoying it, but you accepted
I
that
had to
lifestyle.
accept, yeah.
So you was free to
And
go
I
back
was
and forth because
just-
they knew you was coming back.
Yeah, like I was on a roster. I was the most requested. I was like the favorite.
Why you looking like
No,
that?
no.
Oh, and understand too, like, you going through whatever you going through personally, and you got drugs to kind of numb whatever
Yeah,
it is
so I'm
you're
not
going through.
feeling
So it's just
anything.
like,
I'm not
look, I'm popping these
understanding, I'm not
pills.
really
I got
caring.
money right now.
And I kept
can do this to get money.
leveling.
Why not?
I kept leveling up on the drugs. So the last drug that
kind of drugs was
so
it?
I was gonna tell you the last drug that I've ever tried, which is so crazy. I went backwards. Now I only smoke. I don't drink. I can't even drink like a cup of wine. I stopped myself because, and I'll tell you later of why I stopped. I only smoke like weed. Like I can't smoke cigarettes. I was popping pills, perks, cocaine, mixing it with my weed, like just
Cocaine and weed.
doing
Okay.
just anything that would just be cool. Like I just thought that was cool. And
So
numbing it out.
yeah, like I just didn't feel nothing. I felt like, okay, my mom's sitting with it, and she don't give a fuck. Like
you were
nobody.
introduced to this.
Yeah, the girls. I have a girl named Dolce. We still talk. We're still cool. Her name is Dolce, Dolche. She was like my big sister. She's the one that helped me
Still
jump.
on cocaine?
No, we
Oh,
no.
One time she's off of cocaine?
One time for cocaine.
No, she's off of cocaine. Like, she beat it.
No. Like we both have a story where it's like we both leveled up in life. You know what I'm saying? And we look past that and we really do grow.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't understand what people are going through. These people are trying to get money. They're upset. They're either getting beat up because they didn't make enough money. And I was the one that didn't get touched, didn't get anything happen to. So what happens? They hate. So I knew I didn't belong there. And I had a customer tell me like, maybe you should try Onyx in Philly. Mm-hmm. It was like, but you're not old enough.
Hold on. We're going to get to that. So you're not dancing yet.
No.
So you're 15 years old.
And I was working at the Coliseum block on Jamaica Avenue.
Jamaica Avenue. Right? So you're going
for
to
the
Philly.
CDs.
And you sleeping. Yeah, you spend how many nights a week there?
Almost every day.
Every day. And you sleeping with.
Lacking in school. Yeah.
And you sleeping with random men.
Yeah.
They come in. They want to. Is it like an online thing, or they just
No,
come in there and
it's
see you
the
and say,
house.
okay,
Yeah.
I want her.
Yeah. Like
So it's like what's that shit? Like
A brothel. like a-
brothel,
like a-
yeah.
yeah.
The bunny ranch type shit.
Yeah. Basically, so they were customers would come in and say, oh, hey, it was a pick of like how many girls? Like 10, 15 girls, 20 girls? A lot of girls.
Was it?
Can you turn down any? No, go ahead.
Was it any time where you had customers and you was just like disgusted with the customers?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I didn't feel anything. Like I really don't have a feeling. That's why now when people be bringing up stuff and people is say things and I'm looking like, I don't care. They're like, why are you so careless? I'm like, I'm not. I've grown from it and I'm like a really live testimony. Like I'm healthy. I ain't never had a disease in my life. I'm proud of that. It's not to say it like, oh, like, no, I've been through shit where I could have died. I could have lost everything.
And I beat it.
And I'm living. Like, I don't have no worries. Like, I have to tell this story. It's not like a choice. It's like you have to. Why wouldn't you want to tell that story to encourage somebody that's right now, like, gonna see this? And
So you
be
left.
like,
So you left your mom's house or your father's house?
my father, he put my room into the garage.
So nobody looked for you once you went to Philly.
I did whatever I wanted to do. I was a rebel.
Did
but-
you call me like, yo, what's up? How you
If your
doing?
mother let somebody molest you, what's the care about?
Right.
So-
At that point,
so-
you're just like nobody cares.
What
Let me just do
toughness?
I do.
What else is there to really care about?
Let me ask you this.
Or
thing.
you to feel whatever you think of me? Why would I give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? If my blood could do that to me,
Do you blame your mother for
man, I
allowing?
love my mama.
So,
We best friends.
but you told her that. Well, I guess it was her husband.
Yeah, she put me. My first time being in a sane asylum was at 14. It's in a padded room. That's why I have anxiety a lot.
So she thought you was crazy by saying he
And
was
she
doing
thought
what
I
he
was
was doing.
tripped out.
So since
Where's
She
he
said,
at?
and then
Like
when she let me out, when they let me out, because she gave me a decision, she's like, you either go with your father or you're gonna stay in here. And I was just like, I'm not staying in here.
This nigga, right?
I'm not staying in this place, so I might as well, just go.
And
You
where's
guys had to like rebuild your relationship, right? Like you and your mom.
No, I waited, and when she wanted a divorce, I paid for it. I was like, let me holler at you real quick.
so he's still living?
I'm confused.
He's still living?
You're not confused.
I went to the Thanksgivings. I went to after I told this and I was older. I still was going
And seeing his man.
to Thanksgivings and also Christmases. When Love and Hip Hop put me on TV, they wanted to talk about this story. The only reason why I didn't is because my baby brother was in middle school, and they know I'm his sister. And I cared enough to not let him get bullied because they want to pick at his father for what he did to me.
What I want to know is this. You told your mother, hey, this guy did this, and that.
When it happened.
When it happened?
Yes.
And she
No,
did,
eventually it was a couple times, and it got to the point when he did it. I was just like, okay, this is enough.
and she didn't. Did she not believe you?
No,
or
she didn't believe me.
She didn't. That's what I was.
Yeah.
I was.
Were
lost
you
at.
rebellious at this point already?
No, that's when I really started going crazy. 'Cause
Once she didn't believe you.
It was going on for like years. Like he would take like a compact, like a makeup, the MAC makeup foundation.
Right.
And we had a slanted apartment. So the door was slanted, and he would, when I would go to wake up in the morning to go change, he would put it up under the door to look at me, and I'd try to open the door and see if then you hear somebody stumbling to go back to the door. Then he'll say, I got to pee because there's only a one bad bathroom. And I'm like, I'm in the shower. He's like, I just have to pee. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'll be washing my face, and I can hear the plastic on the shower like move because I'm hearing somebody move it. So these are the things I just let it build up. I said, I'm going to let some other stuff happen because I know I'm not tripping. Like, let me make sure. So when he finally did what he did, my mom just looked at me, and I was just like, damn, if somebody can do that, I know I'm going to be tough as fuck in the world. Like,
But okay, you being tough is basically is like a
was when you seen
defense
the rebellious
mechanism,
and the
right?
fighting.
But what I'm saying is that why you come you're your mother's daughter. Why she not
have
believing you?
People have decisions. Everybody's not the same. If I slapped you and you sat
No,
there,
no. That's not happening.
no. I mean,
No, I'm just saying
no.
that
I'll make an example.
I'm just
Listen,
saying,
if somebody slapped you, right, and you sat there and got on your knees and start praying, a lot of people say you're crazy, right? Then what if it's another
Absolutely.
option? If somebody slapped and you shot him in the head, they'll say that's crazy, right? There's different options for everybody. Everybody's not the same in the world. That's what I was saying. I would never in my life. Well, never in my life. But it's like you think about that. Like everybody's different. Some people are different. Like with me, people are like, "How are you best friends with your mom?" Like me and my mom are like this. Every time she had cancer 3 times, I shaved my head bald. Every time she went through something, medical bills, my brother's schooling, anything, and that's his father's schooling, books, whatever. He don't pay for that shit. I do. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I'm not. When my mom finally wanted the divorce, I paid for it, and I said, "Let me talk to you for a minute." I said, "I love you, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, so you want to talk about it?" And she apologized. I said, "Oh, that's all I wanted to know. So you want to go out and eat? Want to go smoke or something? Eat this cancer?"
That's because you've healed.
Yeah, like I don't. But no, I was
is
already.
it-
I was already gonna automatically forgive her. I'm a person like that.
But I have a question.
That I cover up. That's why you see that rebellious, because I don't want people to see how kind I am. I'll give my last to people and know that they stab me in the back and be like, well, fuck it, let me try to be sweet to them
But
still.
I feel like that's a defense mechanism.
Yeah, and
like,
I've learned to
as
build that
you
into
build up
now.
that exterior of toughness, but deep inside, like
You
I can't
angry.
even imagine,
Yeah.
going through something like that, or somebody I love, or my daughter, or whoever, going through something like that, and then going to your mother and actually explaining to her what's happening, and she not even believing you. Now, I've read about stories like this. I've seen things happen like this, not personally, but we aware like things happen, and we watch and we listen, and then we see these stories unfold, right? So I'm amazed at that, and then for you to say that you and your mother have the greatest relationship now. Is it that you forgave her for that? Because I can only imagine that you were angry at her for some. You had to have been angry.
I was hurt when I was younger because you don't understand your feelings. We're taught, like, boys are taught at a young age to, you cry, you're a punk, you gay, you this. You're not supposed to have a feeling. Black community does that. We went through so much shit that we don't even believe in mental health, like, problems. So it's like, when you build that in you, when that happened to me, it was built in me to not. It was just like, damn, I don't know what my feelings are. So I had to grow and build myself into, all right, I'm an adult now. Let me figure out I had to teach myself. So when I got off of drugs, I taught myself. When my boyfriend died, I said, all right, I'm not doing drugs anymore. I stopped. There was no clinic. I knew what's wrong and what's right. I'm very capable. I just have, depression and anxiety, which I built now to be able to cope with it and be able to deal with it. But when I talked to my mom, she was actually more hurt, which I get it, because you're my mom and you didn't want to. She was more hurt, and I was just chilling. I was like, I don't hate you. I really love my mother. I almost lost her 3 times. So
you
it's
don't feel like you're suppressing anything.
I don't feel nothing.
You talk about.
But that's the thing. You don't feel anything.
No,
but
I mean,
you
like,
do.
No. Like, I don't feel nothing bad towards my mom. Like, I love my mom. Like, when it's talked about, it's like, okay, like,
But
it's,
now
and
we
it's
move
actually
on,
not talked
like-
about. It's like we passed it.
But have you ever you to the
any
world?
resentment?
I think
Hold
that's
on,
what
hold on.
flips people out is that
No, it's not flipping
There's
me out,
like,
'cause
what?
I understand because I'm a sensitive person, but I'm also tough on the outside. So people automatically think, and
that's
been,
what I had to
I've
flip.
been that angry teenager
Yeah.
who just want to fight. Like that's the first thing
Yeah.
you're doing or whatever. So I totally understand.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, have you ever had the chance to really sit down
Yeah, I have
off the drugs,
yeah.
off everything,
counseling.
sit down?
I have a counselor and I
Okay,
have a psychiatrist.
Okay.
Let me ask you though. You
Shout out to
speak about-
Deandra.
Yeah, shout out to the counselor.
So
You speak about depression, anxiety,
Yeah.
and all that. Where do you think that came from?
from everything that was going on. So now that I took a step as I got older to really just focus on your points, you can't have everybody else doing it for you. You have to sit down and really look and evaluate everything in your life and be like, what's these points? What is making you mad? What are you upset about? What are you hurt about? What do you want to see yourself go? Like, I did that for over the course of the years. That's why you slowly see me I don't be in nothing no more. I don't be in.
I want to go slower than that. We're gonna get there. We still.
Keep picking this
For
apart.
me, no, because for me, we
It is
still
a
in
lot
Philly.
to unpack, though.
Yeah.
It's so common, which is amazing.
Yeah.
That you've gotten there, but it is a lot to unpack.
We still in Philly. You in Philly?
Yeah.
You sleep. You sleep in there.
Yeah.
You basically, outside of your household, away from your family, and you're alone, and you're sleeping with men for money. Okay. You're 15 years old. You're doing drugs. You're getting high. So
Up to 17.
Right. You did this for 2 years straight. You're in this world now. Like, so you found yourself in this hole, right? When did you start dancing now?
The customer had introduced me when I turned 18 to Onyx. And by that time I was so vicious, I came in there like 3,500 right off bat. Couldn't even dance like a whole like hippie. But they just liked how I moved. I was like, hi, I'm Jhonni Blaze. Hey. And they're like, this thick
This is different.
ass girl, why are you so bubbly? And it worked for me. But I wasn't playing no games with the girls. Like, don't play with me. Like, I'm bubbly, but don't play with me. So
Jhonni
I
Blaze
was,
was your name.
yeah, I was porcelain doll. I was trying to figure out a name, and I heard one of my stepbrothers said when they was outside, they said Jhonni Blaze, and I believe they was talking like Method Man and stuff. I was like, hey, that's fire. What's that? They was like, it's a name. I'm like, huh? I was like, so DJ, Jhonni Blaze, say that when I go on stage. He's like, okay. I'm like, okay. Put on Jhonni Blaze, 3,500 on stage. And I was like, oh, I can get used to this, but I had to stand on that name. Like, that sounds like a demeanor. Like, I'm mean. Like, don't play with me, but I'm a sweetheart. Like, go off of that. And that's how it went. And it
So
just,
when you started dancing, there was no more of the.
yeah, it was over. I was so cocky to the point nobody couldn't even walk up to me and try to offer, like, oh, want to come to the, like, no. Like, I built this attitude. Like, I've been there, done that. Like, get off that. Like,
I feel like there's like a certain.
and they had no choice but to let me give this to her. Maybe she'll eventually give in. And I wasn't with it. So that's how I built it. If a celebrity came in, the more that I started growing with my fan base and stuff like that, I'm like, let me send 2 bottles over to just making up a person. Send 2 bottles over there to Rick Ross. He got 5 bands. Girls trying to figure out, oh, she probably fucked him. Why is she the only one in the section? She just sent 2 $500 bottles over there. What did you mean? So it was a strategy for me. Everything that I ever did in my life, whether it was bad, it's a strategy. I got to get something up out of it.
Right.
You're not taking my money if I'm up here sleeping with all these people.
Right. So
And I'm gonna make me the favorite. Like, I'm gonna always be the best at anything I do, whether if it was terrible as hell. 'Cause I ain't want to be. I'm already at my lowest, thinking low of myself, doing the low things. Something got to be high. Something gotta make sense.
So, but this whole story so far is like a lot of you using your sexuality to make money. So,
Yeah.
and obviously this.
And I didn't know my
comes
personality yet. I didn't know that now my personality actually is bigger than my appearance, my image. Me being bubbly, I'm like, oh, this is different because I be chilling, So I had to grow into that too. So at first, yes, it was just my
when
body.
you was dancing at Onyx, you left the whole house.
Completely.
Right.
Like they couldn't even find me. I had linked up with the customer. He went and got some people to really like kind of threaten.
Okay, cool. Because you said you couldn't.
Yeah,
leave
it was
your
on
own-
some
your
like,
own way.
nah, you going this one, no. And that was their favorite person.
Right.
He was like their favorite.
You wasn't coming to New York to dance yet.
Not yet. I ain't hit New York yet, but I was still at the CD store on Coliseum Block. And I wasn't of age yet to be a bunny girl, which it was outside to give out CDs. And at that time, it was Jazzy Belle. It was, her best friend Stacy. And then K Slay would come around. And then when I turned 18, he was like, put her in the front cover. And I was like, what? What's the front cover?
But you wasn't dancing in New York yet.
And then I started noticing it was trickling down where people wanted to book me. And it was like $200, but I'd make like thousands of dollars on stage. So I'm like, okay, let's find some New York clubs and build my name. Start doing straight stunt, and then it went to King Magazine. It just kept building, and K Slay started it off actually.
Now, are you still having like male clients on the other side of things? Like, do you still
My
like
numbers,
escort? Or
my
anything?
number is changed. I am a recording artist. I don't.
Talking about then.
No, I'm talking about then. We ain't talking about now.
Then.
I'm
No,
talking about
no,
where
no.
we at in the story.
Yeah, no. I was like, no.
No, we know we.
No?
Okay, we know you ain't selling no pussy.
I like
Nah, but
bitches.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, I
we
like
know
bitches.
that. But what I'm
I buy
saying,
a little bag or something.
no. In the story, where we at? When you dancing at Onyx, you starting to get known. Your name starting
Yeah, I
to get out
become
there.
cocky. I ain't with nothing. Like, if I like you, I'll talk to you. Like, that was my thing now. And then it's like, oh, you build this thing to where it's like, oh, man, you got to do like a crazy thing for her to even like talk to you. But I made it that way so that when you come in the club, don't play with me on my stage set. Like, I learned from like the skinny, not to say like the skinny white girls that was doing pole work. And I'm like, I wonder if I start doing that, would that make it crazier? Because I'm a thick girl. And I just kept building, just making money.
You basically went
would
from
watch.
accessible to non-accessible.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, to
no
the point
access.
where
Like,
it's
you
like,
can't really
you
get
can't even
access,
talk
but you
to
gotta
me.
pay.
So
You
Nick-
gotta
I had
have money.
security walking around with me when I
So
was
nigga spend his hard on $1,000. He come there every
Still
every
not
2
talking
weeks.
to you.
He been 2 years. He didn't spend his little
Still not
1,000 2
talking
years.
to you.
And now he can't get no conversation.
Won't even talk to me.
Yeah.
You're not talking to me or nothing. Where the
But
money
it
at?
worked.
And I was cool with every girl. I didn't care if you had a gut. I didn't care if you had no butt. That was the other thing that was great with me. I always made sure that my front, my back, my sides, like, was cool. Like, where I don't have to worry about a girl being jealous. If I seen a dude that had 10 racks or whatever, and he just wanted me, I'll pick like random girls that didn't have the best body and purposely put them in there, because then you'll never know when they have a crazy client that got bread, and they might, it's like a trickle effect for me. I strategize, like, you know what I'm saying? I might throw on a popular girl too, just to the back and forth, but it's a strategy. It's money. I'm only here for money. I don't want to talk.
Culture is so interesting.
Yeah, like, I don't want to talk. I want to make money.
When did you start dancing in New York though? Because I remember you from New York.
Yeah, 1800. It was the same time.
So around the same time.
Yeah, it was around the
So
same
you started
year I
dancing at was
That's
it
Perfections.
Perfections?
Perfections, yeah.
Perfections, man. One time for Perfections,
Oh, yeah.
man. Here we get, one time for Perfections. We had a lot of good nights in Perfections.
Man,
A lot of legendary
stage
nights.
is crazy looking.
Yeah, I shot a video.
there.
I
That's a
shot a
big
video on
stage.
Perfections, and it was a sort of R-rated, maybe.
BT Uncut.
Yeah, and we
was a lot-
premiered
it was
that.
a
We
lot going
premiered
on.
that video on Cinemax.
Oh, he was
Premiered-
not playing.
Yeah, because we was one of the only people that was able to work that deal out and actually shoot a video and premiere
They
it
wouldn't
on
let nobody
Cinemax.
know, for real.
Cinemax.
They don't let people film in there.
Oh no, we
They
had
always say, put your phone down, Mr. Nice.
we had a lot of good time in there. Yeah, nice.
So do you have like a fans only right now? Or
OnlyFans, yeah.
Fans only?
Yeah, that's, I do. I be twerking on there. That's it. Like, I literally just twerk.
And he told it. Now
And-
you gotta let them.
No. They still buy. I make about $14,000 a week.
Wow.
Yeah, and then what I did is, the first time I seen it, I went and told my best friends, and now they got their own businesses and stuff. And so I said, oh, I know how I can make money. Let me get 30 girls. Let me get 2 dark-skinned girls. Let me get 2 Asian girls. Let me get 2 BBWs. Let me get a small woman. Let me get 3 white girls. And let me get just a girl, 2 girls that's my complexion. But they all look different. Some got a short hair. Some like to do feet on their OnlyFans. And now all of them are doing shout out for shout out. And you're trickling over strategy
Yeah.
over the
Of
fan
course,
base.
Brandon.
So now on my page now, you don't see nothing. You see me just shouting other girls out, but I'm on their page. So now it's making me money, and I'm getting references. 500 a piece. OnlyFans pays me to
I
market.
heard about that.
But it was so funny. People used to bash me so bad. You got OnlyFans. You will never be able to do music. And then I'm looking at Macy Gray in her face like, this is different. Neo, this is different. So OnlyFans ain't gonna stop shit. You know
Shout
what I'm
out to
saying?
Macy.
I
man.
make
That's a
money,
good
and I
product.
invested in myself.
Pretty popular though.
Yeah, I invested, and you don't have to sell your body on there. Like I be twerking, you know what I'm saying?
Because I was gonna sell my
you want me
feet
to
on
twerk to
there.
your video? You could be.
You was
could,
gonna do it?
No. I'm not trying to be funny. I sold my feet for $500, and I ain't got the prettiest feet.
My feet are cute.
All it was
Get outta
me
here.
putting water on my feet. I mean, it's real. This is real. Cardi
people got
B
foot
sells her
fetishes.
BTS of her music videos for $50. If you got 32 million people and you subscribing $50 times 32 million times the video of what is, imagine what you're doing. Now I had a 2.4 million page and it got hacked. I have 400,000 now. I'm still racking in that, and I invested into my music. I sat back and I was like, I see my friends got babysitting, baby places and houses and stuff. What do I want to do? So I took $250,000 and did my thing. I got some stuff in the chamber. I'm just sitting like, okay, because nobody wanted to give it to me. When I was in a strip club, dude tried to give me some money, talking about some. No. He asked me. He said, "What you want?" I said, "I want some money to go to the studio." He laughed at me, but he was buying these girls Gucci's and stuff like that. That following month, somebody introduced me to OnlyFans, and I quit. Now, recently, man,
Quit what?
Quit stripping.
So
I stopped dancing 3.5 years ago.
Okay, so let me ask you this: you was still stripping while you was on
Love and Hip Hop? Yep.
Were you still dancing while you were on Growing Up
yep.
Hip Hop also?
The first season, yep.
So that Growing Up Hip Hop, y'all filmed where? Where you filmed that
Atlanta.
at? In Atlanta. So you were stripping in Atlanta too? Mm-hmm. So people would see you on TV and they see you in the club.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
No type of way. I'm getting my money.
Oh shit!
I'm getting it bad. I'm not thinking about that because now you're gonna remember. I remember she was still in the strip club. Damn, that girl just picked up a Grammy. Damn, that girl just walked the carpet and got an Oscar. That's crazy. The girl that was still in the strip club, yeah.
Well, the music is
You know
something
what I'm saying?
that you always did, but people never had the opportunity
I had all
to really.
that stuff.
Right. So even right now, it seemed like your goal is to try to get people to appreciate you for the artist that you really are. I know you to be an artist because I've heard music of yours years ago. You play piano and all this other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Drums, acoustic, electric.
Right, I remember that. Now, but there's a difference between being a person that's widely known and then actually being a person known for your artistry.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think, and this is another thing that people, artists always want to big up themselves, want to buy all these clothes and fashion and want to be presentable and stuff. But they don't want to be honest with themselves. I know what I lacked. I lacked my attitude, my temper, and I changed it. People don't know I could sing. I just did SOBs today, right? And the people was 9 people, and it was so, you could hear a pin drop because I was singing and playing piano. And I was like, my last step in my life was getting the counseling I need for myself, not to impress nobody else. There's nothing wrong with having a counselor. There's nothing wrong with taking medicine because I'm on both. And I talk about it on my live. There's nothing wrong with that. It's about what you can do after that. So now that I got that in pocket, so when people say stuff on social media, I'm not going off on them. Now I'm known for going off on this situation instead of me playing piano blindfolded.
So basically, you
I
felt
put
your
the
attitude,
music
your attitude, and your temper was blocking.
Yes, absolutely. I
Just
had
blocking
labels
yourself
looking at
from
me like
growing.
this girl is sick. I don't want her. She is a liability. I'm good. Now them same people is like, yo, which I got a clone over there or something. She quiet as hell. And I have no shame in it. Some people do need that push medicine or either good people. I had terrible people around me. How you going to love them when you got another person that you sniffing coke with in the back of the bathroom and then you smiling at the world like everything great? That's not leveling. I got friends that's nerds. All my friends are beautiful, but I got somebody that works at Apple. I got somebody that works at the library. I got normal people that love me and want to see me grow instead of doing crazy shit to downfall. You know?
When did you stop sniffing coke?
8 years ago.
8 years?
Yo, you love coke. What's up with you and coke?
I don't
The
know.
curiosity.
Like the curiosity.
I have
You
no
got
idea.
mad questions about coke.
I don't know.
She was sniffing coke.
What are you taking
expensive
meds
habit.
for your anxiety or your depression?
My anxiety. What do I buy?
I was asking, what are you taking meds for your anxiety or your depression?
Both.
Both.
And the doctor was like, he said it's really nothing wrong with you. He said you really have to. We're just gonna give you something that mellows you and makes you happy. And he said because looking at you, I can tell that you really are a genuine like happy person. So we don't want to give you something. I said, look, I like to work. Don't give me no sleepy, and it makes me happy.
Do
Makes
you
me cool?
Go ahead.
And I feel like people be so embarrassed. They be so like, oh my God, I don't give
It's
a
society because people
I
don't
don't be giving
judged.
a damn.
And that's a good thing.
And it's time for like artists to be so quiet and want to be so perfect and rock these fashions and stuff. Like, man, look, me, I don't give a damn what you think about me. I just care about what I've improved in my music and just touching people. And you just got to keep working on it. People don't know me for artistry yet, but they will, because there's no denying the talent. It's just the anger that was there to cover it.
Right. So do you think that like you all of these things in your life you've kicked on your own, right? However you dealt with it, however you cope with it, whatever, you learned how to take the bricks that were thrown at you and build a house with it. So do you think that you can kick your anxiety and your depression without the pills?
Yeah, because I was already doing before it. But it's nothing wrong with trying other things. That
No,
might,
it isn't.
Yeah, like, I mean, I feel like this. You don't want to just say no to something if it does benefit you and help
Right.
you.
Indeed. So I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you said
Like,
that.
I don't want to just down it just because, like I said, I keep saying this, Black society, we're so strong. Mm-hmm. Like I see,
feel crazy, like, oh, you crazy
there
'cause
was
you
a
taking
lady,
medicine.
I seen something that posted like they didn't give
shame.
anesthesia to black women when back in the day to the slaves because they thought that we were so strong we wouldn't feel cuts and stuff. But then they sold it over to the Europeans and gave them anesthesia. And I feel like they're like, damn, we done been through all that type of stuff, slavery and stuff. Oh, we don't have depression. What's that? And I'm like, no, it's enough of that.
Right.
Yeah, because
It's
I
too
suffered
much-
from
it's wrong.
depression and anxiety.
Yeah, that's
like
no
recently.
joke.
No, definitely
Like,
the other day. And I'm
other
proud
day.
that you've been dealing with it.
No,
You called me.
all jokes
happened.
aside, like I had a whole breakdown.
Breakdown, and you
like
don't know
I didn't.
And I
And
was
you don't
there
know
for
why.
you.
And you were
I
just
be like,
I was
man,
there
that
for you.
you were.
I have
were.
such a bad
That's the first time
anxiety.
you ever seen me cry.
I'll be
It's
crying.
not the first time I seen
I
you
be
cry.
crying.
And the
in
problem
your-
is you got a problem with crying. There's nothing wrong with crying. Let it out. If you
I
want,
be-
cry now if you feel like that.
I'll
It's
be
okay.
crying and then I'll get up and be outside and be like, good morning. Hi.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah, of course.
And we talk about, on your journey, right? So now you're in the strip club, you out, you trying to figure it out, and you doing music, right?
Yeah.
But you haven't been on TV yet. Have you ever found yourself in situations where you're meeting people from the music business, whether it be rappers or executives or whoever, or producers or managers, anybody, and they let you believe that they could help you, but what they really wanted was to lay in bed with you?
Of course, all the time. And I don't regret nothing that's ever happened. Being an artist and being that phenomenal artist, I would never want it to be handed to me easily. Like, that sucks. It's like, it's no story behind it. It's like, yeah, I'm just talented and I got signed. That's cool for some, but for me, my life wasn't dealt like
Who
that.
were some of the people that you met?
I can't say.
Oh. You can't say.
Yeah, I can't.
But
there was a
These
point
are
though-
situations that...
Usually, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Usually, if you would have asked me that back then,
What?
oh, it's
You
this,
ran
this,
it up.
this, and fuck this, by the way, fuck this, and you can kiss my ass. And, nah, I'm gonna fuck y'all up by getting a Grammy, and I'm gonna fuck y'all up by getting this money, okay? Huh?
But a few years ago, you did have Miss Deb managed.
Yeah, she's still in my
How was
life.
that? Like being managed by a woman? Is that like was that on
She's
purpose?
no. It was just she met me in Detroit. I lived in Detroit too, and she was at a
Shout out
Cash
to
Doll listening party. Yeah, and somebody was like, Deb looking for you. I'm like, she know me. She was like, what did y'all bring her over to me for? She ain't ready. And I'm looking like, she said, oh, you ready?
She said that you wasn't ready?
She said she ain't ready.
Is this on the show or
No,
this
this
is
was in real life at a listening party. She said she ain't ready. I don't want her. I just told you that I seen her. I ain't say I told you to bring her over here. I'm like, hi. She's like, hi. She's like, so did you sing or something or what you doing? And I'm like, I talked to her and then she was like, so you gonna fly to Atlanta? So I was like at my lowest. It was after Love and Hip Hop. Money started running low. It wasn't like the best. I was in and out, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling out there. And I took shout out to Spirit at the time. I took a flight to Atlanta.
Somebody was managing you on Love and Hip Hop. Who's managing?
Dollars.
Oh, shout out to Rich Dollars. Shout out to Richie Rich, man, with that definitely. Yeah, it's my nigga, Rich Dollars, manager of the year.
Yo, Maino is the funniest nigga. Who advised him? Just I need the show of hands. Who advised him to do a podcast? Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah.
Like he's a natural.
Everybody want to take credit.
Nah, you definitely.
You always try to take credit for me.
No, he came to me with this idea.
And the saga.
he came to me.
Here.
So Rich was managing you in real life or on the show? Because
Real
there's a
life.
difference.
He was in real life. He was trying.
You had a lot of big acts over there, Rich.
Yeah, he had
Olivia?
Olivia.
Don't you ever speak Olivia's name in a bad way, bro.
I didn't. First of
You
all,
still love
relax.
Olivia?
And second of all, I just said who
You
Olivia. That's
didn't
all
know
I
who
said.
that was though.
No, I didn't. I know who she is.
Yeah, I know who
Okay.
Olivia is too. She fine.
Everybody know who she is. Don't do that.
First of all, relax.
No, but you act
Second
like
of
there's no
all,
tension
She was
between-
alright,
I
man.
did.
All right, but she's okay.
She was alright.
Hostility.
Y'all
November.
too.
What's up? November,
But yeah.
December.
It was
feel like-
alright.
It was December.
I feel like
Oh, the
I'm
song?
I feel like I'm gonna be a meme.
It's good.
One of the months. She was
You'll
alright.
Never
feel like
be a
you're gonna be
meme,
a
girl.
meme.
Never be a meme.
So many memes off this podcast.
I mean,
Johnny
now
like
you playing your piano and twerking. That's already
I'm
a
like,
thing.
Rich is my nigga.
Yeah,
I know
Rich.
he had a lot of. He had a lot.
He had a big acts. He had a lot of acts over there, man.
on Love and Hip Hop. I
Okay.
wasn't sure. If it
Okay,
was
so how
on the
did
show or
okay,
in real life.
okay,
I
okay.
can't
So how
stand-
did
I can't
let's go
stand
back
them.
to On Deb.
Rich was
right?
doing his thing.
So On Deb basically
I
said
ended up flying to Atlanta and I stayed in her. She got like this big house, so the bottom is like a whole apartment. I stayed there for like a month or so, and then I moved into my house because I started dancing like out there to get some.
In where? In Detroit.
In Atlanta.
Atlanta.
I had-
Follow the story.
right?
trying to
Where
follow
you
the fucking
at? She
story,
said
bro.
Atlanta.
She flew out to meet to stay with Aunt Deb in Atlanta.
You danced everywhere.
350 cities.
300.
350
Whoa!
cities. Shout out to you.
Shout
Shout out to the twerk tour.
Oh, can we get some sounds on that?
And
got my sound
what
man
I
over
did
there.
is those
He over there
same
watching
cities.
porn.
Those
Something.
caught your ass.
You over there watching Pornhub over there.
You look guilty. And he
God
closed
damn.
his phone
This nigga
quick
over-
too.
Instagram. He looking at Jhonni Blaze page
Right.
like,
I ain't got
damn,
nothing
she
on
got
there.
Damn.
all this ass right here.
350
Damn.
cities.
You see all this on there like
He might have
damn.
he might have subscribed real quick.
Might have he on that OnlyFans
where this
right now.
$50 came from?
Putting in his credit card information.
I would like you to
Yeah, nice. It's too late now. It's all good.
So she knew you was stripping?
Oh yeah, she put it on the episode, surprised me on TV, like, surprise. Fuck is you doing? I'm like, dancing. She's like, get your ass down off stage. And that
So
was,
you were supposed to have been dancing. So you was doing
I
this.
told her I wasn't. This was
So
years
okay,
later
you didn't want
on,
everybody to know that
later
you
on
still was
years,
dancing.
Yeah. And she came in with the cameras and looked at me. I'm like, yo, y'all is hell, bro. What the fuck? Yeah. So after that, you know, we had our ups and downs. But me and Deb is really like a second mom, daughter, like type of vibe. Like even to right now, like we still talk. We have our ups and downs, like I said, but we cool. We're like super cool. I love her to death.
She doesn't manage you.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. But she's still there.
You
It
went back
wouldn't
to
even
Rich?
matter.
Make sure you-
yeah,
you
like I
doing
have a
what you
whole
gotta do.
nother.
You went back to
team.
Rich?
I have a whole
okay.
nother team, Green Team Music, and you know, I'm with a whole nother independent label, Biggs, that also manage Chris at Michelle. I have a PR, you know,
Nice,
Carolyn,
nice,
Chanel,
nice.
and Nove and Jones. So yeah, I
You
have a
right?
whole team that actually,
I
Okay.
can just be the artist.
that's actually that's a team that actually cares. Like, and Deb's right with it. She's always gonna be there.
Back it up a little bit.
I came to
Always want somebody back up.
He been preaching for the hookah for men.
because you got to remember we speaking to people that may not know,
Right.
right? So we got to speak in a way where they get to understand and follow the story,
Verse Uno card.
right? So now I remember I came to Houston for a weekend. Me and Rick and the gang, we came out there. We had some stuff going on out there, and when I got out there, it was somebody that was telling me like, "Yo, the top stripper out here is Jhonni Blaze." I was like, "Jhonni Blaze, really?"
Bro,
She's
what
like,
the? Yeah, you probably was like,
Yeah,
Johnny.
I was like, "Johnny, she runs shit." I said, "Really?" And I remember being in the club and I remember seeing you and you had a bunch of girls. You had like 10, 15 joints with you. I was like, okay, nice. Okay. I remember that. Do you remember that? You remember that?
Everybody says you be having a hoe, bro. I'm like, I just have people that's really pretty around me. I don't know what, and I'm always the tomboyish one. So all the pretty girls be like ditzy, and I'll be just sitting there like,
Right, but they made it seem like you had the city like at this time. This couple years ago.
I would say it's because remember there was that those couple of years where dancers was like the thing.
Right.
So I accidentally became that girl
Top dancer.
for no reason. Like
What's
I
that
didn't
club
want
out
it.
there?
I was just like, it was V Live. It was
V-Live.
Fetish. It was Dreams. I was just like, I don't want to be there. They had statues of us and pictures when you come in. Like I went in and was like, oh, it's a fucking statue. Oh, That's different. When was y'all gonna tell me that? Like, it was just, it happened. And then the DJ, Eric, became like a big DJ, and he just, I would pay how I moved. Girls would give $50. I'm like, put me on stage, $200, and I make bands. I paid somebody to pick up the money so I can go to another section. While I'm going to that section, I just made money, and I took care of people. Like, so they just made me that girl. They were like, yo,
that nigga.
yeah, like, and I didn't want to be. I was just like, yo, like, people are asking me for stuff, or if they need help with marketing something, like dancing or something, what should they do? I would always tell them.
Back then, there was a rumor. I never knew if it was true or not.
Was it about a pole and me falling?
They said, well, you was dancing on the stage.
Yeah, and then I just bled to death.
Right, they said you had a miscarriage.
No.
On stage.
I wonder who started that.
So you familiar with that rumor?
Though.
Yeah, I heard
Google
that.
it all the time. I'm like, where the picture at?
Right, they said you had like basically like.
Yeah, I just twirled on my head and said there's just rainbow colors flipping all over. Yeah.
She heard the same thing.
Baby was just splitting and twerking all over the place. Yeah, apparently.
Wow.
And that was just a pure rumor.
Umbilical cord was just moving. Like, yeah.
That sound like a nigga
people went
who
and
was
said,
mad.
they would say a
That
lot
don't
of
even sound
things.
like a
They would
girl.
say,
That
oh, she
sound like
got
a nigga who was
AIDS,
mad.
she
I ain't
got
get the pussy,
this.
so let me make
They
a
would
rumor.
tell customers, she got AIDS, don't touch her.
do
She
that.
stinks, don't do this. There was terrible things people would say to me.
Not the AIDS rumor.
Man, they say everything. I'm just keeping it real, and I would sit there and just be like, I remember one time when I went to go take a test, I had put it all over the damn locker room. I'm like, now go screenshot that shit. Like, I was really a bull. Like, if you gonna say something about me, stand on it. So when I fight you, that at that time, don't say it's wrong, because anybody would feel some type of way. You trying to mess up my money.
But besides that crazy ass rumor,
There's multiple
what was,
rumors.
something else that you've ever heard about yourself that you didn't know?
No, that was the craziest. That had to be I was like, wait, what?
Because you're so bubbly, you ever had like chicks like underestimate you and try to touch you?
Yes,
You
people punk me all the time. Everybody said, I didn't know you were so short. I'm 5 feet. I'm 5'1". 5'1".
I just said that. I was just like,
Everybody's been asking
You
me.
asked
They're
this
like,
question,
that
but
don't mean-
that's how you've been living
like
and
her.
feeling, right? You feel like everybody testing you. You feel
People
like
do
everybody
test
been
me.
Yeah,
right.
people pick. I
your
feel like
mom.
I'm a
Oh,
light
Like that?
skinned girl.
You never
No,
seen
at first
telling
5'7",
niggas,
I'm
Yo,
thin.
suck my dick, bitch ass nigga. Fuck you, nigga. I blow your whole house up. She ain't with all that. She talk crazy.
said-
Nah,
I said that.
this is after they would do stuff. They
Yeah,
would, they would
exactly.
bully me. People would really pick with me, and I'm like, all right, this is not the move back then. Now, when people say stuff, I be like, all right, you got it, dog. I'm not doing this.
Of course, you don't have that energy anymore. But
I
I'm just
can't do this
asking
no
because
more.
I see your
No,
personality, and
yeah.
I've seen a couple of Love and Hip Hop
And
episodes,
people, when they
and I
meet-
didn't think like me personally. I didn't think I felt like you like people tested you. I didn't feel like.
Yeah, I'm
Some
not
people
bullying.
might say you're crazy or
Yeah,
whatever,
I'm not
but I
bullying
never
people.
felt like I never got a sense.
Yeah, I got some
of, like,
sense in me. I'm not bullying
Yeah.
nobody. Like, if they pick with me now, it looks like I'm the bully because I'm going overboard.
Yeah, like I never
I'm like-
got that sense of like, oh, she's a troublemaker. She's starting trouble. I always
fucking
feel
with
like
me.
it's like they test you when you just like stop playing with
Yeah,
me.
like they knew you were a
fucking with
hothead,
me.
so they were just like.
No, not
zenning
even.
you.
I know you a hothead. It's more like
It's
I
like,
got this
oh, I know who
protection
you are.
around
Let me
me,
just
yeah.
poke at her. Like, and I'm like,
Right.
please don't do that. Now it's like I really have grown, and I'm just like, nah, I'm straight. I
I
got.
feel like they put you in a different light though, at least in growing up hip hop.
Yeah, that's why I would never. No offense to VH1, I just couldn't go to them ever. They could try to give me $1 million. I'm straight. I
What
did
is
that
the
before.
thing? How did you get off on there? Because it's like you're not related to.
So when my boyfriend passed away when I was in Houston, it was like, being the biggest dancer, so that everybody knew I dated him. And I went through a lot.
How did he pass?
Someone shot him in the car in front of me on Christmas.
You was with him.
Yeah. So it took a toll. Like, it took a crazy, crazy toll on me. So I didn't want to be in Houston no more, and I wanted to go to Atlanta. But I was also beating a case, trying to beat a case that I had fought a girl and did some damage. And
Damage. What kind of damage did you do?
injury, bodily fluid.
Body fluid? What do you mean body fluid?
Pushed the girl downstairs.
Oh, so she bled
So
internally.
it's a case. Yeah, no, she, and it was the wrong girl. And she ended up knowing me, and I had, you have to go to these courts, but my boyfriend passed away. I didn't want to go to court.
Wait, it was the wrong girl.
Yeah, I fought the wrong girl. At that time, okay, before I met my boyfriend that passed, I had another terrible guy that I was dating at the time. And while I was home, someone called my phone and did threats. So I went to the club because I knew they was there.
Oh,
And
you thought it was the girl that was on your phone.
I was waiting for the voice. I seen my dude at the time, and I'm looking like it got to be one or the other. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I'm like, it got to be her.
Oh, okay.
So I just fought. And then
You just fought a random person.
yeah, and then later on I ended up fighting the right person. But I
So
was
you didn't stop.
no,
after
I
the
was
case?
really like I was just going off. I was really in that type of time. So when I was beating that case, fast forward to the new dude and he passed away, I skipped 4 consecutive court dates and they issue a warrant. So when I went to Atlanta, I wanted to start over again and went to go get my card to work and they said it's a warrant. So I ended up in jail. Before that happened, Rich Dollars had tweeted looking for an artist and I had tagged myself and we were already talking. So it was in the process of artist work. So K-Slay jumped on board and stuff like that. And then after, when I got locked up, he was like, I got out. He was like, well, Love and Hip Hop wants you. Because I was already talking to Rich about it. So that's how I ended up going to New York. They said, we don't have a Love and Hip Hop in Houston. That means we're going to have to act like we flew you back home. And that's how I ended up on Love and Hip Hop New York. So it looked like my intro was, oh, she's back in New York. And it was the K-Slay photo shoot because it made sense because he put me in, straight stunting. And that's how that happened. That's how I ended up on. The growing up in hip hop just was later on down the road. Like I
How
just
did you get on it?
Most of them
Deb did.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Deb.
But how did he fit you? Oh, you just working with Deb?
Yeah, because you
Okay.
have to be a family member or something. Technically, to her, I'm like her daughter, or her artist.
okay.
So they just placed me in there, and I gave them ratings. So they were like, keep her.
Okay.
So when we fell out, I wasn't on that season. Then we got back close again. Now I have this season and another season.
And then, but you're at this point, you're trying to get out of this life. I saw it. I don't know if you want to talk about this. Okay, cool. I saw a video with you online, with a Caucasian male.
Oh, a sex tape.
Sex tape. Okay, nice. Way to classify it. Sex tape. Okay.
Yeah.
What it is.
Was he one of your boyfriends or what
Nope,
was?
I was at my lowest and I needed money to take care of myself and my family. It was 10 bands. It was only supposed to be sold to certain people. And when I got on Love and Hip Hop, he thought it was cool to break the contract. And apparently I didn't read it and went viral. And now it's gone.
So
Like
he
off the internet.
Yeah.
he waited till you actually got on TV.
Yeah, and rebooted it. Like,
What do you mean? Or he put it out.
yeah, like,
He thought that was gonna get him money.
and it did. And he got locked up. He's locked up for some other stuff he did with other people.
So that was supposed to be only.
It was never supposed to be out. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay.
It was never supposed to get out. No.
And that was basically a transactional situation.
Yep.
You needed some money, so
Yep.
it's cool. Is that
I didn't see music being my career. I didn't see any of that being my career. I just was focused on, well, everything else is downhill, so I might as well just try to make some money. I wasn't thinking, I've always wanted to do music, but I just was like, it's not going to work for me. It's not going to work. But then I always come back to it. It would never leave me.
Something that
Things
you
were
love.
happening. Like 18, I'm stripping, but then I go to an audition to go for soprano for background of Alicia Keys. I end up still being cool with Jeff Robinson to this day. Because he's like, I always remember, I love your growth because I remember you coming to this audition. So I always had it. It always came in. Like, I'll do American Idol auditions, Apollo, and it's always in and out. And it was never just in. Like, now it's just completely, it's complete. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was always
you
in.
haven't been living the lifestyle of being in the street, being out there. Is it any time that you ever fear ever going back to the street? Because when you, here's the thing, like, one of my biggest fears was, when I was making the transition to become an artist and to get away from a certain type of life, one of my biggest fears was that things wouldn't work and that I would have to go back to the street. Did you ever, at night think about, damn, if this don't work, then I'm gonna have to go back to doing whatever I was doing.
That second time when Deb came in there, and then once I transitioned over, I was like, nah, I don't have that fear. I don't feel it because I've positioned myself to make sure that I'm set. Like the money that I made, the money I make now, I'll be set. I don't buy. This is the thing. Like people don't use their name. I use my name for stuff. I'm a support you. I'm a brand you. I'm a promote you. And we do transactions like that. You're supposed to use your name the bigger you get, and that's how you save your money. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do the flashy stuff all the time. My chain that I have at home, I didn't pay for that. They respected my name and I got them clientele. I strategize. I'm a strategy person. So if I could get you 10 or 20 people that'll pay for something with you,
Absolutely.
and I'm giving you
Absolutely.
clientele, you still making money, then you'll
Absolutely.
rock with me. So if you see me with a fur coat, it's 60,000 or whatever, it's probably because it's out of love. It's not because of pity. It's not because of any. It's really because I strategize to make that person feel comfortable in their marketing and what they sell comfortable. Like at least I'm getting something out of it. So I've always been that way. My main focus was to build myself. I'm the girl that has to get forced to dress up because I want to wear sweatpants and I want to save my money because I did used to fear I don't ever want to be broke. I don't want to go back to the strip club. I'm going too hard right now. So I might want this condo that's $3,500. I'm about to change it. Let me get a little loft and get this. Let me do this. Let me strategize things. I could get a G-Wagon. I could get 20 of them. But instead, no, I got an assistant. That's my best friend. That he don't mind driving around with me in an SUV truck instead of having to pay all this money. Like, I downsize so I can focus on the main things that's important. I don't care about the flashy stuff. So I don't have a fear because I don't have a thing to buy stuff all the time where it's going to put me in a position where it's like, damn, I'm living a lifestyle I can't and now I
You're
gotta
not
go back
trying to
stripping.
impress
Yeah,
people.
I'm
You
not trying to
just
like I
do
ain't
what
want to
you
wear
gotta
this
do
wig
for you.
today. I ain't want to put the coat on. I really was gonna come in here with some chancletas and some a big ass Beatle shirt, but somebody over here told me to change.
I understand.
Do you have
This
any-
lace front still, this shit lifting right now, and I really want to take that hoe off, but I'm gonna let y'all slide. I know I'm gonna be a meme when this happens.
Why?
But I just sold my lace. It was slipping. I was singing it SOB, honey. I
All
was
right. I mean,
pulled
you
it
know,
down.
We can't see it. We
Can't trust you
You're
hoes.
good. You're good.
Y'all hoes will make me a meme. Not you. The hoes on there. I see y'all.
It's okay. It's
My
okay.
my ex girlfriends be the main ones.
Your ex-girlfriend.
Y'all ain't shit.
Are you in a relationship now?
with girls.
Yeah, I like girls. I'm bisexual. I'm very open about it. I'm
Let her
bisexual.
talk. Let her speak.
This a good. This your subject.
No,
this
she
your
likes
subject.
women.
Yeah, I'm bisexual.
You like this subject? Go ahead.
Ladies in the kitchen.
There's nothing wrong with that. Hey,
Said,
what's
they,
up?
they like girls too. over
What's
there.
good?
That's the whole girl crew.
What's
That like
good?
girls.
And they cook.
Right.
You ain't getting nothing but a Chanel bag and $500 and some Chick-fil-A. That's all I can give you. And it gotta be the cheap Chanel bag. I ain't profit to the $10,000 bags yet, but we gonna get there. I mean, you give me a massage or something, you might, you know what I'm saying? Get a little scammer to get you a little
You like girls more than men.
No, I always wanted my picture perfect life is marrying and me and my husband having a girlfriend and being successful in
Nice.
music.
Come on, listen.
I mean,
You
like
and your
no,
husband
me and
having
my
a
husband,
girlfriend. That is
and then
life right
being
there.
successful and sing and just be open about
I
everything.
said sorry.
Yeah. Being successful is singing and just having fun. And what if my husband don't want to go with me on tour? I'm taking my girlfriend. Forget you.
Nice.
I don't want to
good
go
way
to
to
New.
think.
I don't want to go to New Zealand. I'm like, all right, Tiffany or Jasmine, you want to go? Come on,
Tiffany
he
or-
tripping. He tripping.
Tiffany's in the house. So how would that work? That you and your man, right? Y'all in the house. And,
What if he get tired of me? He can go bother
and he can
her.
go play with her.
Go bother her.
But it all happens in the house.
But I don't mess with no other guy. Like I'm a what you call a love hoe.
You'll love her.
I'm a love hoe, and I'm proud of it. It's a person that I grew up off of seeing my grandparents being together for 36 years, and well, it should be 37 now. And they argue about too much salt and macaroni and goes to the opposite side of the house because one has cholesterol problems. And they'll go to the side of the house and then the next day they...
Damn salt, Mary.
Goddamn salt, Carol. That's her name, Carol. My grandmother's name is Carol. And it's so funny because my background, my mom's German black, my daddy's black. So our family reunions, you see a bunch of white people, you see a bunch of Filipino people, and my grandfather's black, my grandmother's white, and it's just so funny like seeing them interact. And I'm like, yo, I want to have a life like that, but no, the new advanced one. I am bisexual. I feel like you should be with people that you feel that is comfortable. Like, why would you want to hide who you are?
Who you are?
Yeah, so I need a little girl. I'm taking applications.
Old Ray Gibson.
Taking applications.
Old Ray Gibson.
I like them thick.
Right?
I like them
She was
skinny
taking
too.
applications at a
Definitely,
point. I
she's
don't know
still
what
taking-
happened to
Wait,
that.
what?
I'm
still
like,
taking
what
applications.
happened to that date situation?
Yeah, it's gonna
Valentine's
happen.
Day is over.
I'm a post the cricket number in about 20 minutes, and y'all could just go ahead and send your pictures. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Taking applications. We in this social media age. Yes. A lot of young girls, look up to. They come out their house, come right out of high school or college, looking up to a lot of the social media influencers.
Yeah.
Girls who have done, had surgery, girls who have been in the strip club, girls who lived a certain type of life. you looking back at your life, what are some of the things that you would say to these young girls that want to maybe look at your life and think that it's all roses and peaches and want to basically
It's all what?
rosy and
I
peachy.
don't know what he
Oh, okay.
No, but bear with me because you know that I'm dealing with a condition. You know I'm dealing with a condition.
You know he's
right
slurring
now.
right now.
Right? You
man.
know I'm slurring right
It
now.
ain't right.
And it's
It
for
ain't
a
right.
reason. Okay? Bear with me. What are some of the things that you would tell these girls? They out here looking up to you.
My
They-
story.
Yeah.
This life, you know how people try to keep their kids away from things that's out in society. You can tell your kid to be a Christian and don't have sex before marriage, but then when you have them go to school, what are you teaching them? You can't stop them from what they see out in the world. So I hope this doesn't go wrong, but I want these little girls to see it.
To see what?
Anything
The
I
ugly
went
side.
absolutely. Because
Is that a deterrent?
But
though?
I don't want them to experience. I want them to experience it through me, if that makes sense. So me being able to be a spokeswoman and tell them the things so they'll understand, like, I can't make, even though I tell my story and it might touch that girl, I can't make a decision for them if they're going to go left or right. The only thing they can do is if they go to that left and go wrong, I'm hoping they remember that story and be like, well, I'm in this predicament because I'm not your mom. I'm not I can't control you. You know, nobody can control nobody. You could tell your kids to do something all day, but it's their choice to listen because they're their own people, their own person. So with me, I could tell my story and hope and pray that it encourages them. But if they do take that route, I don't want them to feel that they are the worst person in the world because it's still a come up out of a bad situation. So I don't want to teach people that it's all great. Like, I want to teach them that, look, I'm not condoning you to do that. But if you do that, I'm telling you this is what these options are. And it's not good.
You don't have kids.
No, I want some.
But if you had a daughter and years from now, she said, Mom, I want to go to a strip club. I want to dance.
Yeah, that's not happening. And I would tell her why. And I'm the type of person, I said, you want to dance? Okay, go put them shorts on. Oh, move, push her, show her everything that happened to me. Do you like that happening to you? I'll sit it, and I wouldn't do it publicly where parents show and I'm trying, because my daughter wanted to strip. I'm going to show. No, I don't want to embarrass you. I'm going to do a one-on-one with you. I'm going to show you what this feel like right now. And we'll sit here every day until you break.
That's how I am with my sons.
You want to strip so bad. Put these shoes on. They hurt, so what? You got 4 more hours standing like that. It's another customer over there. I'll sit and pretend to be a customer. You got to dance for me. Take all your clothes off. Embarrass you, but not not to the world. It's just like family. You don't want to you do stuff to your family privately. You don't put it out in public. But I still love you, so you might have did something wrong, but I don't want the public to know, because that's not how you do family. It's loyalty. So yeah, I'm gonna teach you in this private setting. That's my way. I don't want to push her out there, and I'm sure she gonna break once I.
See me, I'm the type.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I'm
You gotta show them
how I am.
because
I am the type of well, I'm an extremist.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like I give my kids the raw. Like I definitely give, especially my 16-year-old. Like, just for instance, even if I'm chastising you, if I tell you, just as an example, put your coat on, it's cold outside. You keep telling me, like,
No.
I keep, like, you keep,
I'm gonna
like,
put you outside with no coat. Now
yeah,
you
that's
see why I
exactly,
said not
and
to
I've
put
done
you
that.
outside?
I've done that.
Stay
Like, I've
outside
literally-
now.
Put your
Stay
coat
outside
on.
with no
Put your
coat. That's what
on.
I'm saying.
Put your
Like,
coat on. It's hot. It's hot,
you
Mom.
want this so bad. All
Okay,
right, let me show you
cool.
this.
Give me your coat.
And I'm
Now
not
you
gonna
gonna walk
embarrass
all
you
the
to
way
the
home
world.
with
I'ma
no
show
coat.
you
You gonna go to
one-on-one,
school with no
yes.
coat. You gonna come back home with no coat.
And when you get
then
sick,
gonna
I ain't giving you no
understand.
medicine.
Oh, you want to be lazy?
Until 2 hours from
Cool.
now.
You know what? You see this person on the street? That's just that, because I ain't raising no lazy kids. So you know what? Since you want to be lazy and you don't pay bills, you don't do anything. Now you go out on the street. You see this homeless man right here? This is why this is where he's
So
at,
you
because
sent
he
your
was
kid-
being
Yeah,
lazy.
you don't
That's
have
how
to
you
put
want to
your
be.
hands on them
You sent
either.
your
Like,
kid to school
Yeah.
with no coat on in the bleeding New York City weather.
Yes. Because he kept telling me, I kept telling him to put his coat on, and he didn't want to wear his coat.
So
talking
you
about
tell
it's
him
so hot.
don't.
So you know
You
what?
wanna do it
So
your
now
way.
you're gonna see
You
how
wanna
it
do
feels
it
with
your
us.
way.
I'm not saying
we
listen, hold on. I'm not
Technically-
saying that's a problem, but we live in a
The
society
bleeding.
now
The
where
ble-
it's like that could be looked at as child abuse.
They could call it whatever they want to call it.
you gotta start recording kids. Like, what'd you say?
Exactly.
All
At
right,
the
go
end of
outside
the
with no
day.
coat.
He told me
He
one time.
said
He told me
this.
he didn't want a mom.
You don't want them all.
He dead told me that.
So then you put 'em
Cause,
out? Put 'em
yeah.
out?
I told him, since you don't want a mother, you can't call me mommy. My name is Danielle to you, and you getting out of my house. You no longer have a room.
I don't
you
know
no
you
longer
no
have
more.
nothing, because I don't know. You got to figure out how you gonna get out this house, because I'm not giving you money to go to grandma's house or your father's house or nothing.
You ain't
So now
getting
you
no
gotta
money
figure out
for
how
the
to do it, 'cause
games.
You don't have a mom.
Ain't
Don't
no
call
gang
me
sport.
my name is Danielle to you.
And what happened?
His father came and picked him up, and I guess he had to talk with him. He came back crying hysterically, talk about he was sorry. But at the end of the day, since you don't want him, I did it to my 5-year-old too. Because he was mad because he wanted to play Roblox.
My mom's didn't treat me like that.
And he told me
My mom
that he
took
didn't
the-
want to. I said, good. So
My mother took the other
but
approach.
he's dramatic.
She was more
He
hands
was like,
on.
so I don't have a family.
She was more hands on.
I said any of that.
I'm
Oh,
about
no, I
to go get
definitely-
that switch.
If she had to say put your coat on more than
Get
once,
3 of them and braid them up.
about the second or
see-
third time, it was.
But what
it
I
was a
learned with
swing.
these kids, don't get me wrong, like
Got that
I
uppercut.
spank my kid.
Wow.
if
There's no
it
hard
gets
lessons.
bad.
It was
I
just
spank
hard
my-
hits.
I spank my kid if it gets bad, but if it gets
Somebody
too
gonna
bad,
report her this episode.
Word, you know.
You see this right here in
Allegedly.
20 minutes and 36 seconds, huh?
She about to have a whole case out here.
But I'm not, because guess what?
Using that
Now you're
just
gonna
for-
learn. You're not gonna try that shit again. You're not gonna try that again, because you're gonna think about that time I went to the extremes. Oh, I don't want to be homeless. Oh, I don't have a mom. I don't have a brother. I don't have, because the 5-year-old
Danielle don't rock with me?
Yeah, and he was just like, but wait, so I don't have a brother or
No, he
grandma
disowned.
anymore. I was like, no.
It all comes with the
here's a
package.
question. If your son said, you know what, I want to leave, I don't want to stay here no more, I want to live on my own, you will let him go?
Yes, because I know he's gonna come back.
How old is he?
He's 16.
So you'll let him go out in that world?
Yep.
You don't know
And he gonna
he's
see
gonna
how
come
hard
back.
it is, and I'm not gonna help you because you're
That's
gonna
not
have
a
to
guarantee
fall.
he's gonna come back.
But here's the thing, and it's not a guarantee. But guess what? That's a risk I'm willing to take, since I'm gonna let you. It's usually like when them growing up. It's usually I give them a choice, but the choice is they really don't have a choice. I let you believe that you have a choice, but you really don't have a choice. You get what I'm saying?
It's like, it's really difficult, and it's a thin line, because it's like, if you fight your kid, you're wrong. If you let them talk to you disrespectful, you're wrong. If you let them just go out into the world, you're wrong. And it's like you're doing all these choices.
Who says that's wrong?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, my
people
kid can't
will-
talk to me.
What people?
So it's like, and
Society.
some people, but society, some people really do care about society.
Who is society when I don't
Yeah,
get my
like
ass
some
beat?
people care about that.
But there's
and
a
it messes
balance
up
for
their-
me.
Yeah.
There's a balance,
Sensitive
because
world these
even
days.
after I do whatever I do, I'm hard on my kids, but I always sit down and explain to them why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then I give it back to you.
I got a
So do
question
you
for you.
think, like, I make them, I question them so that they could think and take accountability for their parts. You told me you didn't want a mom, right? So am I wrong because you told me you didn't want a mom, and I told you, okay, cool, so I'm giving you exactly what you want. So now now, watch your
to do it.
mouth,
Right.
watch your
Even if you
intent,
didn't mean
and watch
it.
what you say. If you don't mean, don't say things that you don't mean, because I might not be here, and you can't fend for yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Hypothetically, this is just a hypothetical question. Your son comes to you and said, "Mommy, I wanna." Well, he doesn't come to you. You find out that he's selling drugs. What do you do? Do you kick him out?
I'm not gonna kick him out. I'm definitely going. I might get angry, but at this point,
That's a tough.
I'm gonna sit there. It is tough because I might want to put my hands on him. I don't know if I will, but I might want to put my hands
That's
on
not
him.
gonna.
But I want to sit
Stop
down
my
with
friend.
him. I want to sit down with him and have a conversation to
About 100
see
pounds,
why
like-
you even feeling like you need, like, why do you even feel like you want to? Because I come from an environment where spoil you dudes started selling drugs just because they wanted to feel like they were doing something.
But
you
you
get
get
what
off the
I'm saying?
point.
And
Whoa.
no,
I
I'm
need
telling you.
no,
I'm
bring
telling
it
you
in.
where I'm
No,
coming
but I
from.
need you to bring it in.
I'm telling
What
you.
I'm saying is this. Here's, I can give you.
I will
listen,
probably
no.
have a conversation
Hold on,
with him.
hold on, because I want you to answer it the best way. I know you're going on a tangent. I need you
I'm not even going on a
to bring
tangent. I'm
it.
still
I
here.
know you talking about other spoiled kids and all that. We talking about your kid right now, and your kid. You find that your kid is selling drugs. Right, he's already tasted the life, and he basically like, look, ma, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Like, it's things that, this is what I chose. This is the life that I chose, and this is what I'm doing.
First of all, you can't come to me and say, I'm sorry, Ma, but it is what it is. Like, that's not going to happen. Nor can you can't, like, that can't happen. But he already know, like, my son, like, you raise your kids to the best of your ability. My kid already knows what type of time I'm on.
You ain't answer the question, though.
I'm getting there. My kid already knows what type of time I'm on, so I don't think he would even approach me in that sense. But I would definitely want to have a conversation with him, and he understands too, and let him understand like where you're going, what's going to happen. And I'm very raw. Like I said, I'm an extremist. I'm gonna tell you everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me. I go on a tangent. I'm gonna let you know, like, all right, so you want to sell drugs, so you're trying to die out there. So what you're saying is you trying to fuck up other people's families. That's what you're telling me. So now you're gonna be responsible for somebody else's parent. Like, I just go
It's different. Every parent.
No,
if he sell drugs, you're gonna die out there.
Yes, you can, because at the end of the day, you don't know what type of niggas you dealing with. You think you know what you're doing. At the end of the day, are you smart enough to even be selling drugs out here with people? Niggas get set up every day. Like, it's situations that happen. I'm gonna be extreme. I think that's kind of
extreme.
I feel like that's very extreme, but it can happen.
Worst case scenario, I think, is jail.
You were out there with doing all the sex
just
work and
happens.
Worst case scenario, you could die.
Sex work.
Who's gonna kill you? What are you talking about?
Who knows?
It can happen.
But there's something to be learned out of all that.
Niggas is scam. Niggas scam. You think that niggas get set up?
Niggas die all the time.
Niggas die from scamming, getting set up and because they stole niggas or whatever it is, and they ended up.
I know coming with drugs and violence.
Let's reset the room.
Hold on.
Reset the room.
Drugs and violence come hand in hand. Drugs and violence come hand in hand. I understand that.
What I was gonna say though is even through like, you know, whatever
Who got a
ends up
green
saying,
bean?
hypothetically your son does in the streets or however she was doing, you know, your
Yeah.
sex work and everything else. It's like there's something to be
You just
learned
roll
from
that sex work right, just so casually, like
that's what it is.
sex work. Is that what it is? That
I
what
mean,
it-
yeah,
I
you
refer
hear
to
that a
as
lot
sex
now
work.
too. It's like very popularized now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they just don't even care no more.
Glamorized and all that. And you have some crazy stories too. So it's crazy that it's glamorized. These days. But there is something to be learned. Like you said, like you have a business mind. Now you're marketing, and now you're an artist, and now you can use those things in that setting. You know,
Yes.
I'm sure you do. So there is something to be learned. Like I'm not saying let your kids go sell drugs, but like you know, there is lessons to be learned within that. It's like if you could do that, you might as well go do something.
And some people are okay with that.
Like,
Some people
you
are
know,
okay with their kids selling drugs or whatever, as long as they're bringing in money. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
But me personally, I'm working hard over here to
you
provide
don't
a
have to
life
do
for
that.
yourself, to provide a life, anything you ask me for. Like, I'm busting my ass to make sure that you get for
But
you.
you might
to
not
do this.
have it. You
I
might not have
I
it
might not
for what
have
he
it,
trying to do.
But if you know how I'ma feel
Not
about
like-
that,
not like I'm
I
saying
don't
let him
want
sell
your drug
drugs,
money.
but I'm
me
just
personally, I don't like you coming in, you bringing me drug money. I don't want that, because at the end of the day, I'm more concerned about my kids' safety and protecting my children. So I'm gonna try to do anything to not have them do things that can jeopardize their freedom or jeopardize their livelihood. So if I'm busting my ass to make sure that you good, no, I don't want you to do that. And it's gonna be an issue, because not only
We
I'm
saying
not
if
the
he
only
made up
person you
his
gotta answer to.
mind,
You gotta
though.
answer to me. You gotta answer to your father. You gotta answer to your uncles. You gotta
He
answer
good.
to
His
your
father a
grandfather.
cop. He gonna get out of jail free
And
card.
his grandfather's a correction officer.
nigga's
So
crazy.
what?
Get at least one get out of jail free card. Pops work at the 9-1. Let me get up out of here.
Nah, one. This nigga's dumb.
I mean, like I feel like these days there's like a million ways to get it. Like why even sell drugs? Like I feel like that's so.
Right now, I'm trying to teach my kid. You 16 years old, and all you do, you want a game.
Yo.
You could be making money right now.
Face expressions.
Yeah, they crazy. They like these law-abiding citizens talking about why sell drugs. What?
Why sell drugs?
But
There is a
but
million
drug
ways to
dealers
get
are
it.
law-abiding citizens too.
Shit.
What do you have to say about that? Why sell drugs?
Listen,
I'm listening.
I wouldn't want my child to sell drugs, right?
At all.
I would try to give him other options, but if he's insisting on doing that, I would tell him the battles of selling drugs, and I would show him basically where 99% of all drug dealers end up. The ones who don't get out when they need to get out. And if he still insists on it, I'd just try to beat his number. We work together.
But see, you coming from a different standpoint.
crazy.
At the end of the day, you coming
nigga
from
crazy.
your standpoint. I mean,
Crazy.
you want to be an
She looking
asshole,
like this nigga crazy.
and
You know he's an ex-sex worker himself, though.
But
too,
let's
you know
bring
that.
it.
Time out.
Worker,
He's an ex-sex worker
fucking
himself.
I'm just bullshitting. Hold on a serious note, I'm just bullshitting. But my mother sold drugs. My mother sold drugs.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, when I was probably 5 or 6 years old, I remember not knowing what it was then, but I remember finding triple beams under my kitchen sink. I remember that. When I got to school later, science class, I'm like, what? This is for, they teach you how to use the triple beam and how to weigh grams and all that. So then I kind of went back in my memory and kind of added together, and then hearing rap songs about triple beam dreams and shit like that, and really realized what was going on. So my mother sold drugs. So once I got a certain age and I, try to dabble in that field myself, allegedly, I I'm like, what can she tell me?
Because she
you understand what I'm saying?
You're saying because she did it.
Yeah, like I know, like this, like wholesale.
Did
I know
she
how
try
to
tell you anything?
No, not really. She tried to, like, you know, the mother. Nobody wanted their son or they want their child doing this, so she tried to stop me. But it's like you said, it's like Hov said, like, I know how the story ends, but still I play. Starring Road and Hovito's way. Like, I seen police rush our crib looking for the drugs. I seen cousins, and I seen the ending of this movie. Right. I know how it's gonna play out. But at the end of the day, when you trying to make up the slack what she can't do, when you see her struggling, I'm not even trying to be a burden. I'm like, what I look like? She busting her ass to keep these motherfucking bills paid. What I look like going to asking for a new coat or asking for some new sneakers? I'm not going, wow, that looks stupid even come on my mouth asking for a luxury when you struggling with the necessities.
Right.
So I'm going to go get it.
Like I said, you come from,
that's great.
It's a different perspective. It's a different, you speaking from your point of view and I'm speaking from mine. I grew up around drug, like a lot of my family was in the streets. You get what I'm saying? I seen what it could do and I seen what it can't do. There are times where I wanted to go in the streets as a teenager.
Cut it out. Listen.
I'm dead ass serious. Like
go in the streets.
I'm saying there are times where I wanted to sell drugs. You get what I'm saying? Because I wanted to I wanted to make money as a teenager. But you know what I mean? Thank God I've gotten mentors, like, and I've surrounded myself around the right people who told. I've always been one to think outside the box, and thank God I was able to find the right people to think outside the box. And I think it's the same thing with Jhonni. Like she went through different situations, and I'm sure there were times where you probably felt like you couldn't get out of those
Y'all
situations.
Motherfuckers need to be interviewed.
You know,
y'all niggas got problems.
My mother.
But wait, but I wasn't finished. But I'm sure, Jhonni, I'm sure you probably had situations where you felt like, damn, I don't even know how to get out of this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then like even being
like,
you in Philly, you doing all of this, you probably like, damn, I don't even know how to get out of this. And then boom, some type of blessing come, and it's like, oh, I could take you here and I could put you here, and it might not have been the greatest situation, but it was way better than your situation. From you to go from stripping to say somebody else to come in your life and be like, oh, I could take you and I could put you on this show, or I could take you and I could put you in this studio. Like there's levels to it, and you know what I mean. I'm just saying that just to say I understand
everybody
what you're
has
saying. Yeah, everybody has.
I'm just saying, be easy on the drug dealers, man. They sending kids. They sending kids to school.
Kids because I want to position myself
taking care of a lot of households
where I need to be because I am a loving. I love kids. I do want a child eventually.
On your journey, do you feel like?
And it's difficult for me.
It's difficult to have kids.
Do you feel like people like would lie to you and sell you dreams?
They have before, not no more.
But I'm saying on your journey, not now, but on your journey, where you sold a lot of dreams.
Yes.
Was that common?
That was like because they see in the town, they were like, I wouldn't mess with her. She's a liability, but I didn't know I was a liability. I'm like, oh, I'm popping. I'm the biggest dancer. I can sing. Whoever's gonna say they can make me a star, I'm gonna believe them because there's no liability. Everything I must be doing is right.
So why were they selling you the dreams? Was it because
they just knew I wanted
sex?
No, they just knew I wanted. It's like
what was the benefit of them selling you the dream?
Dangling something over the head just to get something, just to be with me and say they have like a checkpoint. I had a person bet on me before. That same person to this day, every single chance they get, I block them. Every chance I get, just want to say bet on me to date me, to like promise me to get me somewhere to sign a deal, but really just date me just to date me and break up with me. And that person to this day apologizes all the time, and I just leave it on red. I'm like,
how you found out?
Oh, because talk too much. People talk too much.
Patties.
People liked me more than they liked him, and they was getting irritated. I guess he must have did something to them, and they finally was like, yo, by the way, that dude, there's a big bet, like $2,000. And if you keep going, it might just get to 10. And I was like, oh, thanks.
And you don't even get a cut.
I was like, I don't even get nothing. Damn, that's fucked up. All right.
Do you find it hard to like get into relationships?
No, I have a great relationship. It's private.
Industry stuff.
So you in a relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With a woman?
With a girl.
With a guy.
With a girl.
With a guy. You said guy, right?
You said a guy.
I know, but you said a guy, right?
Why are you so quick?
I'm just saying.
You fiending.
Fuck, am I fiending?
And you happy?
Y'all two motherfuckers is the funniest.
Are you happy?
Yeah. Yes.
You smiling, right?
Not long. It's just, private.
What's his sign?
Virgo.
Oh, he's one of these niggas.
Oh.
So I have
One of these
Virgos all
niggas.
around me, and I have Geminis all around me. Yeah,
She's a Gemini.
yeah.
She's crazy. Geminis is like wake up one day one way, the next minute the another way. That's a Gemini, right?
And what
When's
are
their
Virgos?
birthdays? What months is their birthday?
June.
I'm June, May.
Oh, May and June.
I keep it private, and I like it that way.
No.
I've
I
never
think
had
our
a
daughter's
private.
Gemini.
I don't last private that was like normal to me was my boyfriend that passed. So even this, like I don't show. I used to show, but now I'm just like, let me just focus on music. Like I don't want to give them nothing. It's genuine. It's cool. It fits in with my career, and it's just like happy.
That's dope.
Yeah, I get to have a girlfriend.
Nice. Come on, let me see motherfucking sounds in that. Like for real.
Still taking applications because the last one was fucked up. Trash.
I have a question. This it's a random question.
Yes.
And maybe some of y'all could ask
You know, motherfucker
those
love
who
questions.
have had girlfriends. Do girlfriends like? Does the lesbian
It's not a lesbian, it's love.
does the lesbian world move fast?
What do you mean?
Like
lesbian world.
I like you.
We
Like
don't-
let's get in a
It's
relationship.
not a lesbian world.
It's like a normal because I actually sometimes is shy. Like I'm a little shy.
No, because I know,
Like,
I
I
have
move-
friends who have girlfriends, and it's like they like move real fast. I'm
They've
like,
been moving together
they
the
just move,
next
like they
month,
move
like-
fast.
Yeah,
like
'cause
you
we
just
go
started
off of
dealing
women
with
were
her.
emotional, so we too emotional. So it's like kind of like a. But no, I move slow. I'm gonna do on a speed date with some girls. I did that last time. It was an epic fail.
Speed date. I
My
want to do
ex
speed
showed up.
dating on purpose.
So y'all gotta.
I'm looking at her like, why are you here, bruh? I
Who?
want my clothes back, bitch. No, you came on my speed date. The what? Who brought her here? Here go my best friend. Like I thought maybe y'all could work it out. I say, bitch, I'm gonna break her apart. And fucking with me bringing her here. Shit, worst fucking speed date in my life. Especially that big girl. That's some nice titties.
Big girl.
Memory lane.
Boy, man, yeah, I
You
feel
like
this
big
girl,
girls?
but you like big girls?
I like whatever,
Big
as
body.
long as they I mean, I like slim girls.
Okay.
Nice. Right.
Oh my gosh! Like
I'm figuring it out.
Every episode.
every
Johnny,
episode.
Follow me. Look, follow me. Follow my eyes. Follow me.
I hate you, son.
They keep trying to
Follow
push
me.
a girl on her.
Follow
Nice
me.
little Slim John right there. You know what I mean?
Follow me.
Follow me. Look. We gonna figure it out. Figure that right here. Boom. Nice little Slim John right there.
Yo, it's something wrong
Yeah.
with
All
you
black.
guys.
All black.
Yo,
shit.
They do this.
you
Yeah.
can't not be serious on here, yo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
You can't have a serious face on here, man.
Look, you going trying to go a little retro. Look,
What?
Look,
Retro
follow the
though.
eyes. Follow the eyes.
Retro though.
So what's next for Johnny? What's next, Johnny?
I might just the retro.
Retro.
thank you.
You like retro?
Nice little Afro puffs there going on. Nice.
She's a cutie.
Little
God,
smoky
y'all
cat
get
eye
on
look.
that.
Little
Cute.
Princess
I'm trying
Leia.
to figure
Yeah.
Nice thing.
Okay, so we got nicknames Slim Cherry Pop or Coca-Cola. You know what I'm saying?
Slim cherry pop.
Nice.
Cherry Pop.
Coca-Cola.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Nice,
trying to
nice.
figure
It
it
can
out.
happen.
No.
It can happen.
What?
You know, it can happen.
Little commissary sweatsuit on. Yeah, looking good.
Holla, right?
I'm thinking
I'm
of
Thinking, Holla's cool with it.
I
That's not a
got
problem.
the speed date
You know what I
figuring
mean?
it
We
out.
go on a date with her. That's something.
Little spaghetti.
Seems
You know what I'm saying?
She's fun. Little
Little
date.
cafeteria 24/7.
But
There you go. There you go.
Mac and cheese.
Look, we done set some shit up
And,
on
and,
here.
and, and our chef, our chef is with the
We go
shits.
bowling. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Our chef is with the shits.
Okay.
Yeah, our chef is with all the shits.
Okay. Cooking is a pointer. All right. You know, I
Nice. You got options. when you
got
come over
something
here.
going on here.
This is what happens when you put
got
it in.
everything.
Look, the meatballs real tender over there that you made though, dog. Like the crab cakes is nice too.
Nice.
You got
It's nice.
got some buns over there too.
buns. Nice. Okay. It's nice.
I
Nice
look,
little.
Getting spicy.
I got a
Yeah.
little precipitation, a little drop.
It's nice little. Nice little talk going on back and forth in here.
Yeah, we
I
got
like this.
So
this
what's
kitchen
next,
talk. We
Johnny?
got something for everybody here.
What's next?
What's next right now? On a serious note,
Focus.
y'all play too damn much. All these damn fine ass people. I'm just trying to see, you know what I'm saying? slide up in my DMs, you know.
Do you check your DMs?
Man, stop sending me penis pictures.
Oh
Send you a
man.
lot of penis pictures.
Maybe like that shit, right?
She don't want to see the Frank without the buns.
Look at my face. I look professional, right?
She don't want to see the Frank without the buns, man. They got
That's a professional look, right? So why would you send me your penis
picture? Send them to
picture?
Georgie.
Don't send them to me because
And the girls is reckless.
They send.
They be sending everything.
Oh, word
That's
for
okay.
them.
That's cool. But the other part, I don't like that.
For
I feel
them.
like I wouldn't even know how to slide in some.
Man, I got my I had 30 Instagram pages, right?
30?
Before I got verified, but you know I wasn't popular later. So the 10th one, 30. I specifically remember getting deleted because I got so mad because people send me dick pictures. So I put a whole post of every dick picture.
You put a collage of
breakups.
dizzies?
She said, "Bitch, I'm up here working only 16 hours in the fucking hospital. You up here sending dick pictures?" It was a lot of breakups. I was like, "Oh, told y'all, stop sending dick pictures." I don't like penises. It's weird.
Like how they look.
The titties is cool.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
Even though they're little A's?
Okay. Nice.
Don't leave me hanging.
Okay.
I can see you. I'm not an A. I'm a B.
Now we just goofing up, y'all. Okay, serious face.
Yeah, the music.
B.
No, but
What's
not
next?
to be.
Okay, so what's next for
so
me?
hold on. Before you get to what's next, let me just reiterate. So you done with the swinging and punching and punching?
Yeah, like I'm on a serious note. I have a really great team. I'm focused. You know, it's nothing wrong. Like I said, we're getting a counselor and just getting help and having good friends around you. I'm coming out with a single called Back End featuring Pop Hunter, and I'm working with some of the features that I have. NLE Chopper. I see you wrong as hell. NLE Chopper, Macy Gray, Neo, and Kevin Gates. Like I got some records that I've been working on, and some other people, and yeah, I'm just focused on the records and the R&B.
You plan on putting out an EP?
Yeah, you know, I got like 300 damn songs, probably more.
But you're still like independent, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm signed to my independent label, and then we are in the process of stuff, which is really
You
a
still
good
on
feeling.
the show?
Yes, I'm still on the show every Thursday, 9 8 Central.
Oh, so it's on right now.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the one that gets to sit back and watch everybody else fight.
Dope.
Everybody else is fighting.
You seem
I'm
pretty
just
happy about that.
hell yeah, because they
don't ask you for a storyline or like what's your like
They give you the storyline.
They give you a storyline, but
She
she's
wrong
not
as hell
the
for
rowdy
putting that
one.
right there. You see that food?
This
It's
is what I'm saying.
cool.
This is what happens
But
when you
back
pull
to
up
this. I'm sorry. So
like do you find people like trying to have you dip back into that?
nah, I be out. I actually don't be caring about my checks and nothing. They be calling me for weeks like, can you come back and film? I'm like, no, because y'all tried me a couple weeks ago, so I'm not coming. I'll miss checks and everything because I'm not going on set. So if you don't see me on some of the episodes, it's a possibility. And fights break out because I'm like, I feel like there's going to be a fight, and then it ends up being a fight with somebody. I don't want to be involved. So I'm not fighting or anything on there. And I got another season. So I'm singing on there. Like literally singing, playing piano, showing and now that I'm signed.
This season right here.
Yeah, like
nice.
I'm like Ray J Hat, just moving around, minding my business.
I'm
She said
surprised you
Ray
didn't ask her
J.
the teeth question.
Oh, my teeth, I had to get them fixed too.
No, he always thinks that people who get their teeth
It's over big.
veneers,
Man, my
they
shit
have,
was.
like bad breath.
Do I
he
have
said.
bad breath?
No, you don't. But I'm just saying.
No, you don't. But no, that's not what
Nah,
I
that's
said.
true though.
That's a
To
lot
some.
of these veneers.
That shit be stink.
They got stink.
They don't want to clean the inside of their teeth before they get their
That
teeth
part.
put on.
That's what I said.
And see, with mine,
So is it the veneers?
no, I
Does
had
the veneers stink?
nah. It's probably their breath.
No, but the
It's the
veneers
teeth
stink.
under the veneers.
No, my
They're,
teeth
like,
smell
rotting or
good.
whatever, like-
I got mine was from a domestic violence, so my teeth got pushed in and nose was broken. So
Who did that?
anonymous, he don't mean nothing. But what I did is I got them done, but I couldn't help but get big teeth at the beginning because they wouldn't fit because the teeth went through the gum. So once they got these, my teeth were cleaned. Like I got them cleaned, my real teeth, and then got filed
You
down.
don't
and
got
fixed.
stink teeth.
Nice, nice. So that's stink teeth, man. One time for one time, man. Definitely, man. Listen, I want to thank you for pulling up.
Yes, thank you.
Kitchen Talk.
Nah, for real, this is lit. This is
You got a
super lit.
project dropping?
Yes, my single and then the EP.
She dropped
We're gonna go. Yeah, my single is coming out next month, and then we'll drop the R&B EP. So I'm excited too. I'm happy.
Nice. Thanks.
She dropped the
thanks.
single and she dropped the
stopping
shrimp. I
by.
seen that.
I seen that shrimp. That's 10-second rule. Go ahead and put that over here, shawty.
No, this is what we do, man. We break
Yeah,
bread, man.
I
We
know
eat.
where to take
You
you
know?
on a date too. So brought to you by.
Plotting.
Nice. lot the plot on in here. This is what happens when you pull up. You know?
Plot thickens.
Shout out to Pearls Monroe. Big shout out to Halal Brothers, the Halal Bros out in Queens.
Hey.
And you already know what it is. Episode
34.
34.
Okay, episode 34.
I'm your boy
Yeah,
Ricky
man.
Hustle Hard, aka Fat Ricky from Fulton Street.
At your favorite time, boy.
I'm Jhonni Blaze. Make sure you check me out every Thursday, 9/8 Central on WeTV. If you need promo, DM me. If you want to book me, make sure you put the people that's in my bio and click them. Make sure you follow me. Hold that thought. Lord Jesus, I love you. You different.
I love you too.
And that's old Ray Gibson. Yo, Hollow, why you trying to say the name all sexy? I'm hollering around.
Also follow my
Hollow.
music
It's
streaming.
about a-
I've been trying to figure out how I'm gonna say it on the channel.
Pussy Control and Carlton and
Damn, this looks so good, but it's like I'm trying to get a grip of it.
All about the
It's all about the drip.
by your head. Dear Lord, thank you for the food you about to receive. In Jesus' name
Thank
we pray. Amen. Make sure if you need some promo, DM me. I love you guys.
right.
Smooches.
Thank you.
Always about
See
the
y'all
money.
next
Gotcha,
week.
girl.
Chase your dream. You
Chase
already know
your
what it
dream.
is.
Get
We
your
signing
talk.
out, man.
All right.
Never give up.